ABC News, the weekly journal of health and medicine. This is The Health Show.
For centuries now, people have relied on the natural medicines of the plant world to cure all kinds of illnesses. But soon, this may no longer be possible. Jungles which house these plants are fast becoming extinct. And as the forests die, so possibly do we. Roger Karras reports.
In the time it takes us to deliver this report, about a half a square mile of tropical forest will be destroyed. Among the trees and smaller plants that may be exterminated could be the cure for AIDS, any number of cancers, and other deadly and crippling diseases. The numbers are startling. Nearly 40% of the drugs you will use in your lifetime were discovered as plant material. Yet, only between 1 and 5% of the world's plants have been evaluated for their pharmaceutical potential.
We haven't got many more years now in which we can convince people of the value of these fantastic resources.
An example, although this plant has been saved and is being cultivated, is the rosy periwinkle. It is a plant with pure magic inside. 20 years ago, before the periwinkle, the death rate for children with many forms of leukemia was 80%. Now, with an extract from this little plant, 85% survive. At the National Cancer Institute, a new program has been launched to test substances, including plants, from all over the world for their possible use in treating cancer and AIDS.
They might not be the wonder drugs themselves that come out of the plants, but they'll provide the leads from which new drugs can be developed by, the chemist at the bench.
Researchers estimate that most of the world's tropical forests will be largely gone within 20 years. We may already be losing a species of plant a day. We will never know what treasures we have lost. This is a tropical rainforest in Belize, Central America. Around here are about 200 species of trees and bushes, only a small fraction of which have ever been examined for their pharmaceutical potential, except, of course, by the local people who use many of them for medicines. The tragedy is, in a year, this forest won't be here. It's scheduled to be leveled and replaced by a sugarcane field. Is there a villain in this piece besides the big timber interests? No, not villains. Ordinary people are involved because they have to be. Garfield Rancheron, at 30, is the father of 5 children. He has to feed them. His only real possession is a 40-acre tract of tropical forest that could become a sugarcane field. Our government pays our farmers not to plant certain crops. No one will pay Garfield not to cut down trees and plant cane. The leaders in the race against time are a group of scientists called ethnobotanists. They travel the world gathering the secrets of traditional healers, plants they have used for centuries.
So this would be one for snakebite, for example.
I use it for the snakebite.
As we find through the quantitative ethnobotanical method, this forest is very valuable. This forest is full of useful species, and it's a real shame. It's a tragedy to see it cut down.
Mr. Andrew Rancheron is 84. He has no apprentices, and his 14 children and 93 grandchildren take no interest in his work. When he dies, his knowledge dies with him. The ethnobotanists are running 2 races against the falling trees and the vanishing knowledge of native healers.
The amount of resources that we have in order to do this kind of work is relatively small in comparison to the forest. We should really double or triple our effort, and that would only come with additional resources.
For most of the Third World, the secret of healing lies in plants and trees. But in most of the Third World, the forests are coming down. We're trying to find those secrets before it's too late. There is every indication that we've all but lost the race already. We're playing catch-up ball. Roger Karras for The Health Show, Belize, Central America.
That's it for this week. I'm Karen Stone. For George Strait, Dr. Tim Johnson, and all of us here at ABC News, thank you for joining us on The Health Show.
This has been a presentation of ABC News, where more Americans get their news than from any other source.